8 different decks made the top 8 of Grand Prix Oklahoma City last weekend. I just want that to sink in. I mean, Magic's an incredible game. It's always got tons of interesting combos and interactions, all these things you can do, and you still almost never have that many decks make it to the top 8 of a tournament as large as a Grand Prix. I mean, not only that, but a deck that has never even top 8'd before won the event. Lantern Control. It's one of Modern's most unique decks, and the odds of Zach Elsick showing up with the Grand Prix, with it and winning, it's just truly unbelievable. Zach was the person who basically debuted the deck to the world at Grand Prix Charlotte when he made a run to the top 16. He runs it back in Oklahoma City and wins the entire event. I mean, that's just crazy to have something like that happen. A deck like that has almost never had success, and it's never had success in Modern. So, I mean, that's just pretty incredible to see. I mean, that kind of sums it up. Honestly, there's no doubt about it to me. We are in the golden age of Modern. Patrick Chapin summed it up best last weekend. He told me on Saturday that the difference between the best deck in Modern and the 20th best deck in Modern is just minuscule. It's basically non-existent. If you know your deck well and you have a good deck and you know how to play it and you know all the matchups, you can do well. It doesn't matter if you're playing the quote-unquote best deck or not. I mean, Patrick Chapin's completely right about that. More than 40 different decks made it to Day 2 of Grand Prix OKC. And there were some new ones and some old ones and some variations between the two there. I mean, not only did we have new builds of Scapeshift and Ad Nauseam and Elves and decks like this pop up, there were also some old decks that kind of came back, like Storm and White-Black Tokens, that actually had success as well. You know, all of that, these decks you've heard of and you expect to have success, that only scratches the surface of Modern. The list of new decks that appeared last weekend is even more impressive. Freaking Naya Allies, people. Naya Allies is good enough to make Day 2 of a Grand Prix, and that's before we have any Battle for Zendikar cards to go along with it. Soul Sisters made it. Suicide Zoo made it. Fairies made it. Junscape Ship. Ad Nauseam. Gristlebrain Combo. The list goes on and on and on. And I haven't even touched on Merfolk, my favorite deck, and one that Paul Rietzel, who's, you know, a Hall of Famer and one of the best Magic players alive, called the best deck for the tournament last weekend. So, you know, go Merfolk. Top 8'd with it. That was great. Simply put, there is no better format in Magic right now than Modern. When there are more than 50 decks, unique, different decks, capable of finding success at a tournament. There are 50 decks that could Day 2 a Grand Prix, and there's probably 20 more than that you could have success with at an F&M level. This is the format that Wizards of the Coast envisions when they created it, when they made all these decisions with the ban list and adding cards and all of these things that maybe at the time we didn't appreciate. It all led to this. Just an incredibly diverse format that puts 8 different decks into the top 8, and I think like 13 or 14 decks, different decks into the top 16. It's just incredible. It is the golden age of Modern, and I am enjoying the ride, and I hope you do the same. Thanks for watching.